I think so. I don't know. I'm trying to get my live set up, so um, okay, everybody. Oh, good. Lori, you're here. Good. There I am. Thank you. I'm sorry. Things got kind of crazy. I am here. Sorry, everybody. Um, Lori, I'm sorry you have to go to work early or soon or whatever that is early. Things just didn't go quite smooth right just this few minutes. Um, I had a work thing that was supposed to happen at noon, so I planned on one, and um, things just the other thing didn't happen until just about 2 minutes ago. So I apologize for being uh, late, and let's make sure I can. Okay, I'm hoping everything is set up and everything is okay. Lori, can you see everything okay? And is the sound coming through? Because I didn't get a chance to check it. I hope so. And Lori, I'm sorry if you have to go to work. Hi, Sharon. And I hope that the link I put in the thanks, Lori. I hope that the link I put worked. So let me see where I was at. Okay. I don't like feeling scatterbrained. I like to be prepared, and I really thought I was. I have to show you some things. Um, Jeffrey, my husband, come in today, and he goes, "It's really bad when you go to clean up, and you say, oh, I wonder if Tanya can use that." He brought me this this thing. It kind of looks like a board. Hi, Becky. And anyways, okay, Becky, have fun sewing that. Anyways, so I said, what is that? And he said, it's a piece of cardboard. It was in the packing stuff. So apparently he went to put in the air conditioner today for someone that we try to help watch over. She's older. Anyways, he brought me this. So now I have to figure out something to use it for. So, but the other thing I wanted to show you, I also had to clean up the avalanche. Oh, Lori, yeah. Aren't they good? Good husbands. I had to clean up the avalanche that was on my desk and my tables. And I mean, it was really falling off. The other day, he came in and he hands me this little red thing. It's a little, he said, I found you something in the yard. It's a ruby. It's a little red ruby. So then he comes back about a half an hour later and he brings me this blue one. It's a blue sapphire. Yeah. So in other words, he's bringing me junk out of the yard now too. So, but I found those things. So, um, I have just a little tiny. I have a lot of things I wanted to talk about today, but my sweet husband is one of them. He also is being very quiet so that I can film. It's so hot here that he's decided to take the day off for the moment. So, but we went out partially because it was so hot the other day, and um, we went thrift store shopping. That seems to be our new fun thing to do. It doesn't cost a lot, but I found some cool things, and um, this pile was $3. There's 6 books here. The the paperback books are 4 for $1.50, and this one was shorthand and typing. And I thought, I think I might have to have that, even if I paint over the pages. But there was some cool stuff in here. So then there was this alphabet book, which I thought was cool pages. And this is a coloring book that has not been touched. So that was really cool. And then this one, I just loved the pictures in this. So I got all 4 of those for $1.50. Mandalas, yes, mandalas. These are very intricate ones, so they looked a little simpler. I may use them as pages in a junk journal or something like that because they're pretty simple. Then I can't pass up a dictionary, so I of course had to pick up the dictionary. But for 75 cents, I can always use another dictionary. But what I really wanted to show you, let me get rid of these. This is why I end up with avalanches, because I just pile stuff everywhere. Was this. It's called Merry Christmas, Daddy. But what it is, it looks pretty ragged, but it almost looks like that's how it was put in there. Was ragged like that on purpose. But it might be that something chewed on it. I don't know. It's blank. So I got to move the computer a little bit. I'll be right there, guys. I couldn't see the chat. Okay. There we go. Sorry, didn't mean to make you all dizzy. There we go. Anyhow, it's really cool. I won't use it as an album, but it has some quotes. It has some stickers. These are peel and stick labels, and it's quotes by Mark Twain and different proverbs. The thing I really liked about it was that it's post bound. So I can get these out of here. I think I can get them out of here if I can learn to use the screwdriver. Doesn't seem to want to undo. But it's got a really neat binding on it. It's bound like a regular book back here. It's got a spine like a regular book. So I could decorate it open. And then it's got these posts in it. So it's got kind of a hinge on it is what I think you would call it. It's got some deep hinges. Anyways, this book was 75 cents, so, you know, I had to have it. Oh, thank you, Lori. Yeah, if you don't mind giving me a thumbs up, I would really appreciate it. But see how it has hinges? Looks like I need to clean it up a little bit. It's really cool that these pages go in, but yet it has a regular spine so that I can decorate it. And these pages are just cool. So I think we're going to play with this a little bit later because I have an idea for this. I'll explain it after a while. But I wanted to do some other things first. And Lori, while you're here, I don't know how many of you signed up for my giveaway, but I had a subscriber giveaway that was the whole month of June, and I had a couple of people send me postcards, and I had when I wrote the last one down, it was 43 entries, and so I thought you guys might like to find out who won. And I didn't know exactly how to do this. I guess maybe I need to try to learn to do it on my phone. I think Mary from the Mary LTA does that. But what I did instead was I used the number generator, and I took a picture of it for you guys so that, come on now. Pictures. Oh, come on. And I'm sorry for the glare, so let me get it bigger and move it around. But I think you can see that number 39 won. So I wrote down number 39, and we're going to find out who number 39 is. So let me put this back. The silly phone dies really fast. So the giveaway was for this stamp set. It's a brand new stamp set that has never been used. It's got all of the, it's brand new. Somehow or another I have 2 of them. So it's a set I really enjoy. I like a lot. So I decided I'd give that away. And so let's find out who number 39 is. 39. ZeeCee Creations. That's Marsha. I wish Marsha was here. Marsha has a great channel, and I'll make sure to link it when I upload this video. But she's got a great channel. She's doing things with her kids the other day. So Marsha, if you see this, I think I have your address because you're one of the few people that sent me a postcard. So yay, Marsha! Okay. Let's see what else I wanted to show. Okay. Where can I put this? Oh, I gotta put it up. I'm gonna have an avalanche back there. While we were doing our running around, I also got to go to this place called Bobby's Hobby Shop, and it used to be that they were a big craft store. They've moved and they've turned into pretty much models, and they don't even have trains as much as they used to, and they have a lot of games, a lot of gamers. They have a gaming place. I mean, he's trying to survive, and I get it. So anyways, I went there for a couple of reasons, because they used to have a lot of art supplies. They still have some, and they have higher end art supplies. So I did get a couple of things. Everybody talks about the Stabilo pencils, and we talked about this before, and I think, Gloria, it was you that was asking about that, and I haven't had a chance to play with my watercolor pencils to find out. But they had one of these. It says writes on glass, metal, plastic, wood, and it says aquarellable, which is the same word that's on the Stabilo pencil, but it's made by a different company. So it says all surface pencils scribe also. I don't know if it's the same thing or not, but it was white. So of course I had to have that. And then now Mary, her name is Mary Dale, but on the Mary LTA, she really likes these Elmer's Extreme Glue Sticks. I don't use a glue stick a lot, so I hadn't really cared, but a lot of people like these Uno glue sticks, and I had not been able to find one. So I wanted to try one, and he happened to have them. So I got those two things. And then I picked up these cards because they're perfect size for postcards. So they're they're not quite 6 inches long, but I can do reverse collage or something like that on them and use them. So I got those. And then Aunt Beck, can you see the screen? I'm talking to you, Aunt Beck. I know you're sewing. We were in the hardware store. We have this special hardware store we really like. It's called Hall's Hardware. They have all kinds of things. I bought my mother some bowls. They had this fantastic kitchen selection. Anyways, I had watched Aunt Beck's paper bag book she's working on. She was working on it in the live the other night or something. And look at these itty bitty, Becky. Look at these bitty bitty baby baggies that I got. They have them for their nuts and bolts kinds of things. And the kid at the counter, I said, "Did by any chance could I have a few of them because they're so tiny and cool?" He said, "Did it matter if they were written on?" I said, "I didn't care because I was going to cover it up anyways." So I am going to make an itty bitty paperback book a la Aunt Beck. So I didn't realize that they're not quite all the same size. I may have to look at that. But anyways, they're so cute and adorable. I just had to, and I think they'll be perfect size to put a tag in. See, I'll put little tags in them. So maybe we'll work on that later. I don't know. So anyhow, so I got those, and then we ate. And we ate at this place called Moe's Southwest Grill. It's kind of like a fast food place. Yeah, Becky, I thought they were adorable too. I really did. I just like, oh my gosh, I have to make a book. So, anyways, this is Southwest Grill, and it says, share your one of a kind napkin creation. That's like a challenge. Oh, yeah, ATC storage would be good. I have books and books and books of ATCs. I'll have to think about that. It might be fun to do a Aunt Beck's Creations ATC swap book with Aunt Beck's group, since how to Aunt Beck's paper bag book. When you guys get ready to swap ATCs again. Anyway, so I got napkins. So I haven't had a chance to look, but this is also probably on Twitter, and I don't do Twitter very well, so I'm going to have to take a look. But I'm going to have to do something with these napkins to show off. I just, it's a challenge. Yeah, Becky, don't you think that would be fun? Now, let's see, like I said, there are a couple of different sizes here. Of course, they're different bags too. They're roughly 3.5 by 6.5. Yeah, 3.5 by 6.5. So they're so cute. They make perfect ATC storage. And the little tiny pocket, look at the little tiny pocket. Be cute too. It's not very deep, but I think it would be really cute. Of course, when I put the paper on the pocket, I can make the pocket deeper. Lori, I'm sorry you have to go to work. Boo-hoo, boo-hoo, boo-hoo. I'm really glad you stopped in, though. Thank you. Be safe going to work. So I'm going to have to do something with those. Okay. I have a little list of things on, what's next that I wanted to show you. I don't know if y'all watched. The other day I did an unboxing of a box my sister sent me, and she sent me this. Now, at the time I didn't know for sure because she can get stuff. They have this place called Free Cycle at their garbage dump. So some of the stuff from the box came from there. She's picked me up like those cards, flashcards and stuff like that. She also works at school, so sometimes she gets things, teacher cards and stuff like that she sends me. So I didn't know where this came from, but come to find out she had bought it for herself and apparently never used it. Hi, Mary. We were talking about you. What were we talking? Oh, because I got myself Oohoo stick to try because I didn't know whether or not these were whether we liked these or not. I still have the one I opened out of the 2-pack that I sent you one. I had opened the package and this is the one I had been using when I saw that you liked them. Anyways, I bought this because I wanted to try it. So, and then we were talking about Becky's book with the paper bags, and I've got little tiny paper bags. I'm going to try to make a book. But my sister sent me this. Okay, Becky, that's a really good idea because I think it would be fun to make that book to do the ATCs, and I could probably do the ATC swap because it's a one-time thing. Even if we were on the road, I could probably do that. And then, you know, I've worked in the camper. We lived in the camper for 7 months. So if we do get it back and we do leave for the fall and we do an ATC swap somewhere in there, I can probably do that where I really wanted to do the journal swap, the traveling journal swap, but oh well. I just couldn't commit and have everybody wait on me. Mary, tags that you're swapping? Anyhow, I wanted to try this thing out because I watched a couple of YouTube videos and it's really cool. So my plan was to, I don't want to, I have these for enough different reasons. So I'm going to cut out a couple of them. Well, heck. I had 5 pencils here earlier. There they are. This is what happens when you clean up. You don't have the things you want. Mary's mystery tags. Oh, I think Mary, your thing this morning were you making tags this morning? Because I didn't get to watch that yet. I was busy cleaning up the avalanches so that I would have a table. Yeah, Becky, next time you guys do the traveling journals. Actually, Mary is why I joined your group because I was talking to Mary on one of her lives about if she ever did collaborative journals kind of things. And she said, apparently you guys had just talked about it. And so, Mary, what we were talking about was that these little bags, if I make a book like Becky made with her bags, that it would be perfect to store ATCs in because they're just the right size for an ATC. It would just be really cute to put the ATCs in there. And since it was Becky's idea to do the little bag, the way she did the little bag book, that we would that it would be fun to do an ATC swap with Becky's group and have the ATCs that I put in this book be Becky's group because of Becky's idea. So that was where that came from. it would probably be better if I use the cutter to cut these out, but I want to try this hole punch, but I don't want to try it on my paint chips. There's a reason behind that, and I don't want to explain it yet. And yes, Becky, very secretive. For starters, I don't know if it'll come out or it'll be a total mess, so. Okay. Whoa, I didn't think about that ahead of time. Anyways, this bindery, it's just a fancy hole punch. And it will run on batteries. Yeah, don't you think so, Mary? Now, I think Sam's Club has those little tiny itty bitty bags, but I got those at the hardware store for free. I asked for them and he just let me have them. We're going to lose a light here, guys. I'm going to unplug one so that I can plug in this hole punch. So if it gets dark, it'll adjust in a second. Becky, did I just see that you announced artist trading coin swap? I didn't get to look at real close. Okay. We weren't going to do this for long because I'm sure it's going to make a lot of noise. But well, the thing might not work at all. Huh. Well, that's going to be disappointing. I don't see an on switch or anything. Oh, so sad. Huh. I don't. Oh. Well, that's disappointing. Okay, well, let's put that away. I'll have to look at it more closely. I know that the power comes to there, so it could be anything. It could be the power in that. And the, wow, that's bright now. Becky, no me what? Not you with the artist trading coins. Okay, I'll just have to look to see what I saw. It's hard telling. Yeah, I'm okay. I'll put this away. Sad, sad, sad. I'll have to get Jeffrey to look at it. Maybe it's got a broken wire inside of it or something. Anyways, oh, Mary, I'm really glad you're here. Thank you, Becky. I'll take a look. I'm sure that I saw something and I'll have to figure it out. Not a big deal. Mary was talking the other day, and boy, is that really kind of washed out. Hold on just a second. It's okay. My brain catches onto things too, and then I forget. Well, and I was having an issue with work, so give me a second, guys. I want to look at something. Uh, let's, yeah. Is that a little better? Can you see the colors better? Um, Anyways, Mary was talking about her Society of Idea Collectors um, things that she was doing, and she was mind mapping some stuff. And the Society of Idea Collectors, I'm sure y'all know about it, is something that Dee Dee Willingham talks about, and Mary does a lot of things with it, and it's so much fun to watch. And I have been working at it, trying to following it along. Um, I do this thing where I keep paper beside me, and I have 500 million little pieces of paper, and I have always done that, and I have always written things down, and um, I have done mind maps before, um, great big ones, kind of thing. Um, I don't tend to use them in the same way that Mary and Dee Dee do, but at the same time, it's a way to work, and it's really interesting, and I'm still learning about it, so I'm not really going to go into that. But Mary was talking, Dee Dee had done, I think, Mary, you said it was the number 34 episode of Society of Idea Collectors, and she was talking about reinventing, um, kind of reinventing old crafts. And Mary has done that in a major way with the tatting, which I love. Yes, Mary, there's a lot of ways to do mind maps, and there's a lot of ways to use what you and Dee Dee are doing with the Society of Idea Collecting. So, it works differently for everybody, I think. Anyways, I was thinking about Mary's discussion and Mary's mind map about all the different old crafts, and I didn't watch the whole thing. Mary, I haven't had a chance to finish watching it. And anyways, I was thinking, this new thing with the Franken paper. Okay, this is so quilting. This is just definitely quilting. It's patching. It's like, so it was like I wanted to share that. I thought, oh well, that's exactly what that is. So that was something that just kind of hit me, and I thought, I need to mention that to Mary. So Mary, I'm really glad you're here, because you may have already thought of that and realized that, and I'm just late to the party, but yeah, Becky, it's like, well, Becky, I make beads now, but a long, long time ago, I used to manage Bernina dealerships. So I used to teach specialty sewing classes, not so much quilting, but quilted clothing and all kinds of strange things. So, but that was my thought on the Society of Idea Collectors idea of recreating old crafts, is that the Franken paper is basically quilting. So that's where that all went. That's that rabbit hole that I went down. So there is not enough room on this desk. I don't know. I keep cleaning it off, and I keep creating other piles. I haven't done my um, thanks, Mary. I haven't done my doodle for today, so I thought I'd play with my doodle real quick and get my doodle done for today while you guys are watching. I mean, that's just not nothing really special, but um, this is the last one I did, and I have an idea to take this one to the, and that's what I do sometimes, is I take one and kind of build off of it. And so I decided I would just do this today while you guys are watching, because when I get off of here, I've got to mess of packages to get ready to go. Um, this was I had 2 online back-to-back shows for beads, so it was a busy week. This is not going where I thought. Sometimes they don't. Marsha, I'm so glad you're here. Guess what? You have to guess, Marsha. Oh, Mary, you might not know either. Oh, I had an announcement earlier. Marsha, you have guessed before I'm going to tell y'all. I think Becky heard, and if Sharon's still here, Sharon heard. Lori had to go to work, so she heard too. Oh, Becky, I'm teasing her, but you know, it'll be a fun thing I'm teasing her about. Marsha, I had gotten it fixed. It's sort of fixed anyways. I got told not to move my computer around when it's turned on. So I have a laptop I can't move when it's on. And and of course we've had storms every day, so here I was trying to work and had to keep unplugging my computer, and I'm not allowed to unplug it when it's turned on. So it's sort of fixed, Marsha, but that's not the reason what you missed. And Becky, you're right. It'll be fun when she figures it out. But I'm going to only give her a few more minutes to figure it out. Mary, you're allowed to help her because I don't think you knew. I'll give you a hint, Marsha. Last night at midnight was the end of the month. Okay, Mary, you have no idea. Okay. I'm not telling y'all. If she doesn't figure it out by the time I finish coloring this doodle, I will tell her. Yes, the challenge is the challenge is over, or my uh-huh. Challenge is over. Oh, and guys, I cannot tell you thank you enough. Uh, um, like Becky says, warmer. No, Marsha, I told you I'll tell you when I finish coloring. And I'm slow. Oh, I'm slow. But you're gonna guess it, I'm sure. I did it first and foremost. The first thing I did. Yes, I did pick a winner. Yes, Mary, I picked a winner. Marsha, your heart attack is not going to happen. I'm sure you won't have a heart attack over it. I'll finish this color and then I'll tell her if she doesn't guess. Come on, Marsha. Come on. They're giving you hints. Yeah, Marsha, guess who won? See, they're giving you hints. Yes, Mary, you're right. I'm not going to say it out loud. If she's not watching the chat, she's just missing out. Yep, yep, yep. Look at here. Let me put the lid back on. Number 39. So I had to find number 39. And guess what? When I opened it up, guess who's number 39? See? 39. Marsha. Yay! So this will be winging its way to you probably later this week because I have a lot of packages to package up in the next day, so that it shouldn't be a problem to get it sent out this week. It'll be a problem finding a good box for it. So, yay, Marsha won. You don't have that set yet, do you, Marsha? It's an old set. But guys, I want to thank you. My subscriber base is over 400 now, which is really fun to see that it's grown. I just started this in January. It's just for fun and kicks, and I get frustrated with technology issues. I'm trying to learn about YouTube. I'm trying to learn about cameras and stuff that I've never done before. You know, if it was a still camera or a computer or a sewing machine, it wouldn't be so hard. But video cameras and all that. Yeah, congratulations, Marsha. I'm really glad you popped in. Well, great. That's perfect because this is a really good set. I use the. It's fun because you can use it in a lot of ways. The idea is that this is the stem and you've got different kinds of flowers, but this makes absolute amazing backgrounds. And it's a big bold stamp, so it works really well for lots of things. I've got a set. That set's not mounted, so you'll have to decide if you want to mount it or not. I'm getting ready to take most of mine off their mounts. I don't have room to store them. When you guys see the mess. Oh, by the way, I'm going to tell y'all right now, don't get mad at me or whatever, but I've got a studio tour video that's supposed to come out tomorrow night. I pre-planned it. And you guys will get to see my amazing studio that my sweet and amazing husband let me have. He kind of knew that it was mine when we saw the house. This house, oh, it was a wreck. We did not intend to live in it really. We intended to use it more for storage than anything. We were going to store our stuff. We put our RV pad in. It was a repossessal, so it had been very badly mistreated. And the previous owners had a lot of things. They had let their animals tear it up. They had They hadn't fixed anything for a long time, and the way they did fix things was awful. Um, we found a ceiling fan in one of the bedrooms attached to the power with an extension cord used as the wire. So, things like that. Marsha, STEM is cool on its own. All right, sounds like a deal, Marsha. I'll send you the if you're not going to use the blocks. Yeah, and does anybody want the blocks? If anybody knows if they want the blocks, that's great, Marsha, because I can fit it in a envelope then instead of sending it. Yeah, I'm taking mine off too. Um, anyways, about the house. So we had been looking at houses and looking at houses, and we come back home and take debate for 5 minutes and go to call a real estate agent to look at it a second time, and they would be off the market. They would be gone. They'd be sold. Houses were selling here overnight at the time, and they're still selling very fast. Um, Even real expensive houses are selling in a week's time. And so we saw this house go on the market, and we drove by it, and our real estate agent happened to be out of town. So we texted him and said we needed him to meet us here Monday morning, and he's also a friend, so it really was good. Um, and we had to see him right away. And so we get here. We by noontime we put an offer on. By noontime we put an offer on this house. Is what I'm trying to tell you. We made a decision that fast because it was like, this studio is amazing. When you guys see it, you will understand why I love it so much. But the house was a wreck. I mean, just a wreck. But we didn't really intend to live in it. So we put this offer in just right away, and we did a full price offer because they were disappearing. Found out 2 days later that if we had not offered when we did, they had accepted our offer when they got another offer at a higher price. But because they had accepted ours, they had to take it. So um, Jeff was just amazing about trying to get me a so. Jeff was just amazing about trying to get me a studio space when the RV got wrecked and not having a space to work. It was just amazing. So, um, oh yeah, Marsha, it's. I have 8 full windows. It's about the size of a carport. It's all wood. It's all wood. The floors are oak, and the walls and the ceiling even. It's old. The house is not new. It's 1956 or so. So things about it, it's well built. It was a wreck, but it was well built. Um, the the paneling in here is tongue. The the paneling in here is tongue and groove pine, and Pensacola is one of those places that had an old kind of pine, and they had their own mills and things, and they still have mills here that now we have paper mills because the pine that they've put in to replace the old pine is the slash pines. But there's tongue and groove pine paneling on the walls and the ceiling, and then the floors are oak. And Jeffrey redid all these floors. We have about 1,500 square feet of oak floors that he redid. Um, the bathrooms and the kitchen are the only places that aren't. Oh, and my laundry room. But I just love this space. Other than I keep making a mess of it. It took all morning this morning to find the tables. So, and I think I told you last time I did a live that the table I'm working on is actually 4 foot by 8 foot. It has a big sheet of the cheap white paneling that a lot of people put in bathrooms. It's got sort of a plastic coating on it. I like this stuff because if you get paint on it or anything like that, it just washes off. I tend to cover up where I'm working, but it still means that I can clean it up real easy. And all that's underneath it to support it is folding tables. So, yes, Sharon, you're like I said, don't get mad at me, but it's a fabulous space. He lets me alone out here, and he sits in the living room very quietly. The only thing I haven't decided about is it had a door on it on the studio. The living room sits right outside the studio. So if I'm doing a live or a video or something, he has to be quiet. Yep, like Becky Scott. Marsha, were you here the other day? Do you know that Becky Scott and my Jeffrey have the same name? Their names are Jeffrey Scott, and they both have last names that start with an M. So they have to be. They must be related mentally or something. That is not. That's interesting. That's not the green I thought I had hold of. But oh well. Yes, we're very blessed. So I am very, very blessed. I've had him a while. Um, let's see. Oh, this is 18. This October we'll have been married 34 years. So, Becky, how long have you been? Yeah, MC. They're both MCs. So, Becky, how long have you and Scott been married? Scott's not as old as Jeffrey is, though. So, um, yeah, to put up with me after retiring, he's done real well. That and we were doing real well living in the RV. I think both of us had worried a little bit that being in tight quarters. That and we were doing real well living in the RV. I think both of us had worried a little bit that being in tight quarters um, in the RV because we had been living in the RV for 7 months when we were in the wreck. So we had done real well. We were having a good time. Oh, Becky. Oh my gosh, May 11th. Well, actually, that means that you've been married, what, 6 months more than us? Because ours is October. That's that. Oh, Becky, you're right. It is kind of creepy. How many? Do you have children? You have children, don't you, Becky? I can't remember. If you tell me you have one son, I am really going to freak out. Oh, oh, oh. If you tell me you have one son, I am really going to freak out. Oh, oh, oh. Yep, yep. Jeffrey Scott, MC, and married 34 years. I will tell you, Becky, I have one son. We had been married a while when he came along, so. Oh no, Becky. Okay. Becky, you have to tell me what his name is. And, they were how old is he? Oh my God, one son. Oh, oh, oh. Oh my God, one son. Oh, 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 oh. This is freaky. This is really freaky. Okay. Oh, good. Phew. Mine's Brandon James. Now, mine is 27. Will be 28 this year. How old is Gregory? But that is really freaky, just the fact that we both have sons. I'd yell at my Jeffrey and tell him about this, but he might be checking his eyelids for holes, and I don't want to wake him up. He had to go today. My father-in-law has a neighbor that you're not. Well, then come here a minute. 1983, he will be 32. Okay, Becky, your son is older than mine. 86. Okay, but he's still older. Brandon wasn't born until in 1990. Okay, I just called Jeffrey in here because I have to tell him. Okay. I told you the other day that there was a girl that I had been playing online with.
The other Jeffrey.
The other Jeffrey, yes, who that she calls Scott. He goes by his middle name is Jeffrey Scott. I told you that her last name was the M.
Is an Irish.
Okay, it's an MC, just like ours is MC. They were married in 1984, May 11th.
About 6 months before us.
6 months before us, and they have one son.
How old's the son?
She said Gregory is older than Brandon. He was born in 1986, so he's going to be he's 32. Yeah. So that's not quite.
They still have one son.
Yeah, they still have one son. It was really kind of, and not only that, I think she told me, Becky, didn't you tell me he had gone to a woodworking class? Because my Jeffrey, he doesn't woodwork necessarily with big power tools or things, but he carves wood. I'll tell you that later, Jeff, when she answers me. You're not checking your eyelids, huh?
No.
I figured you'd be checking your eyelids. Okay. Oh, I left you some computer work to do. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I know. I think there's a few more too when we get that taken care of. Okay. Yeah, Becky, he's kind of a little freaked out too. It's kind of freaky. Yeah, it's kind of. And Scott's close. Scott's close to retirement. That's why you're working on your house, right, Becky? Okay, I'm sure you guys are kind of bored watching me do this, so I'm kind of glad it's done. Oh, oh, Scott, is that woodcraft? Learning how to use a software for some kind of tool? Anyhow, that's done, so I can go on with my day. Somewhere along the line, I think I need to do another update on that, but yeah, Marsha, it is kind of a lot of coincidences. That and the fact that Becky and I both play with um, in 6 years. Okay. Well, I made Jeffrey work a couple of extras to help pay off the RV, and then that really didn't help us so much, knowing that what happened. But oh well. Um. Okay. The next question is Becky, what does he do? The other girls may know. I don't know. Marsha, and the fact that we play with paper and paint and all that stuff too. Okay, so if you missed the very beginning, I got this book the other day at the thrift store, actually at Goodwill, um, and it's post bound, and I took the posts out, and I want to make some of these pages. I want to get some backgrounds on them. Posts out. And I want to make some of these pages, I want to get some backgrounds on them. I uploaded a video about Shannon Green's journaling by fives, and the fact that I liked the techniques. I did not like working in a book that you can't take stuff apart. So I love this book, and I think that it'll be fun to do sort of a take on that journaling by fives thing. He was in the Navy for 6 years. Okay. Well, Jeffrey was in public affairs or public relations. He started out as a photographer, which is how we met. We both were photographers, and we went to school for photography. So that's where we met each other, and so that's then he transferred. He's worked for the federal government, so he retired as a public affairs specialist for basically the Department of Agriculture. He worked for National Natural Resource Conservation Services. So anyways, I need 20 pages to do Shannon's thing. So I'm picking the pages that had most stuff on them, because these pages I might use for something else. And it will never fit back in here once you get it all filled up anyways with that many pages. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, Becky, we'll talk to you in a little bit. 6. Okay, Becky, we'll talk to you in a little bit. At least he doesn't have a twin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. Okay. Let's get rid of it. Let's get rid of it. Now then, the idea behind, oh, I had something else I want to tell y'all. I have a very bad habit of, I use the same brush over and over and over again. And my favorite brush is no more because I did something really dumb. So I have a warning for everyone who puts their brush back in the water and leaves it there. That with the air conditioners on, the water went away because the air conditioners pull the water out of the air, and now my brush is glued because I use it for Mod Podge, I use it for everything, and so it is glued to the bottom. Huh. Marsha, look at the top of the chat and see if it says live chat or top chat. If it says top chat, change your chat to live chat, because that will make a difference. Anyways, my brush is ruined, so don't leave your brush in the water. Wash it out, because now I have no favorite brush. I had to get this one out. And you know, we were talking about good husbands. First, these are cheap brushes, and they had the longest. They had handles clear out to here. So Jeffrey took them outside for me and cut them off because they kept banging into things. So, anyways, what I am going to do with these, the plan is to put some paint on them first. And the idea is to paint them quickly. Now, I don't even think I'm going to use the brush. Quickly. Now, I don't even think I'm going to use the brush. I'm probably going to use a credit card just to get some paint down. I had an ookie one. I'm looking for the ookie one, guys. Yeah, this is, for some reason, that's my favorite painty card. And some paint. Oh, I don't like that green. And I don't want the paint to be all the same color. Marsha, did you get that fixed? Okay. Anyway, so I'm just going to put some paint on these and stick them up in front of me, and then go back and put some more paint and do some layers the way I do layers. And And I don't know if I'm going to do 20 of them or not. I've got 20 of them out, so we'll see. But that's the plan. Uh, Marsha, did it say, if it said top chat, that may be why it was doing that. I had mine set that way one time and somebody else told me that. So, of course, my computer's been a little freaky since it freaked out and died. This one says cobalt blue. And this one says honeysuckle pink. Oops, that was a lot. And I really wanted to get out my jelly plate. Hi, Karen. We're just goofing off. I'm going to paint some paper and then see if it dries fast enough. I'm going to go back and put some more layers on it. Of course, the fan and everything is here in here. So I am just going to squeegee some paint on these. And because it's squeegeed on, it shouldn't take long to dry. Of course, I'll probably end up all gooey too. This is a book, Karen, that I picked up at the thrift store. Good, Marsha. I'm glad it seems better. Greg just got off work. Oops, that was gooey. Ooh. That one doesn't, that one is gooey. I need red. I just don't understand why I don't have red paint. Somehow or another, the only red I have is this real thin stuff, so we'll see how that works. The only red I have is this real thin stuff, so we'll see how that works. Marsha, I don't know. Really and truly, with the paint here, I'm just covering up. I'm just covering it up. I'm just getting some paint down. Now, one of the things about that, the journaling by fives thing is that you're supposed to do this and it's just like in 5 minutes. Well, there again, that part of it wasn't real fun to me, so I'm just doing it sort of my way. Marsha, I forgot to ask, are you or Karen? I know what Becky's doing. She's doing she's quilting and oh, Sharon, you told us what you were doing and I forgot. Mary was here. I don't know if Mary's still here. What are you guys all doing today? What are you working on? Ah, okay. My Jeffrey was just at Home Depot this morning getting a air conditioning unit for the neighbors. My father-in-law's neighbor, her air conditioner went out, so they were getting a unit to replace it for her. Sharon, are you still here? Did what are you working on? The girls are. I'm curious to see what everybody else is working on. I know Becky's working on. Oh, that definitely turned into green. I'm also making a little mud here. I should think about that before I start putting the paint down. Maybe I'll do 2 colors instead of 3. Becky's making. Did you say it was a round robin, Becky? In case I keep asking you questions, you can't quilt if I'm asking you questions, can you? Let's try that again, but with only 2 colors instead of 3. You notice I'm being very neat and clean. What, Jeff?
Look out the window before Dad's house.
Oh, again? Oh, blast. Oh, again? Oh, blast. Oh. Sharon, are you working on your traveling journal? And Marsha, yeah, since nobody else seems, it very likely could be. Sunday's a bad day for internet. There's a lot of people off and internet gets busy. And my husband just informed me we're getting ready to have a bad storm. Those little embellishments you made, Marsha, were really cute. We have had a bad storm every day this week. Oh, yeah. I like that one. Oh, yeah. Marsha, your grandbabies are, I'm sure, left you with a whole bunch of pieces for those embellishments. Looked like they were having a good time. Jeff, keep an eye on it for me. If it gets really bad, I'll have to go to battery. Why are you having to redo it, Sharon? I like that a lot. Uh-huh. Uh-oh. Well, that was good. I glued them together. Mary, if you're still here, what are you working on? Uh-oh. I got that all over the back now. Uh-oh, there comes the thunder. Marsha, do you think you will really get rid of all your scraps? I doubt I will ever get rid of all of mine, and I seem to collect more every time I do something. And then we go to the what do you call it, store, the thrift store, and I end up with more and more and more and more. Marsha, I was going to tell you, have you ever tried painting with shaving cream with them? When my son was their age, we, first off, we played with shaving cream a lot. We lived here in Florida, and it was hot, and there were times like it is right now where you really couldn't let your kids go outside and play. It's so hot that and the heat index is so bad that sending them outside to play is scary because they can get overheated so fast. Was too thick and wanted it's well, now Sharon, you'll have a new one, and it'll be skinny for mailing, so that's cool. Yeah, I like that orangey and yellowy mix. So anyways, Marsha, so first off, we would play on the floor with shaving cream. I had a kitchen floor that was vinyl, and so I would get him 2 or 3 containers of shaving cream and let him dump them out on the kitchen floor, which that was, that's kind of odd, I know, but he had a good time. And he would make a mess, and he'd play in it. He'd make shaving cream angels. And Becky, I'm sorry, they're actually headed, they're going south right now. They're going out in the Gulf, which is, so they're coming from you. I swear, you've been sending them to me. Anyways, we would put shaving cream all over the floor, and then we would put watercolor paint on top of the shaving cream when he got done playing in it, and we would print shaving cream prints. And and now you don't have to let them have shaving cream all over the floor. You could do it in a cake pan or something, but um, that's something that they might have fun with. And Sharon, did you get it done or so that it's ready? I'm I really wish I could play with that with you guys, but oh well. Next time. And Becky,